Hi, and welcome to Behind the Wickets, brought to you by Group Editors, where we discuss the innings and outs of cricket in the southwestern districts. I am Jacques du Toit, and with me is Albertus Kennedy, the CEO of SWD Cricket. Albertus, we're talking about the Garnet Route Badgers. They lost their first two matches, but on Wednesday they managed to bounce back against the Tuskers. Can you tell us a bit about that match?
Yeah, thank you very much. They're obviously busy with the Cricket South Africa Division 2 T20 knockout campaign competition. They started off on the 21st of September when they were supposed to play the Mpumalanga Rhinos at White River. That was a cold and rainy weekend in South Africa, and that match was abandoned without a ball being bowled. And then they travelled to Benoni, where they faced the Eastern Storm at Willowmore Park in Benoni. The Eastern Storm were predominant and dominate the majority of the match, but the Badgers bounced back, and they unfortunately went down by 3 wickets. And then last Saturday they were up against the defending champions Limpopo Impala at the recreation ground in Oudtshoorn, and Limpopo Impala overplayed and outplayed the Badgers, and they went down by 6 wickets. As you correctly said, on Wednesday we were up against the Tuskers at the recreation ground. The Tuskers are from Pietermaritzburg. They recently relegated to Division 2, so they've got a very experienced outfit. The Badgers won the toss, and thanks to some brilliant bowling by Sintu Majizo, picked up 2 early wickets. He picked up 2 for 12. We restricted the Tuskers to 154, but in that there was a great knock and a partnership of 71 runs between Kyle Nipper and Chad Laycock. They end up at 154, and at the back end of the innings there was also a good bowling performance where Kyle Jacobs picked up 3 wickets. The Badgers went out to bat. They were also a little bit under pressure at 54 for 3. But then there was a match-winning partnership of 91 runs between George van Heerden. He scored 36 and 58 from 43 balls from a very destructive Heath Richards that managed to take the Badgers over the line for a comprehensive 6-wicket victory. The totals are obviously up. It was a difficult season up to now, but I hope that after Wednesday's performance, we will have a much improved season going forward.
It was a good partnership between George and Heath. Unfortunately, I watched it and there was a bit of miscommunication leading to a run out.
Yeah, that was the run out of George van Heerden, unfortunately.
George van Heerden. So, for the upcoming matches, the battle isn't over for the Badgers. They still have a hill to climb if they want to qualify for the semi-finals. Can you talk about the next fixtures coming up?
Yeah, 100%. There are 7 teams in the competition. We've got 2 matches left. Yesterday already, after Wednesday victory, the boys travelled to East London, where they will take on the Eastern Cape in Yardley tomorrow in East London at Buffalo Park. The match starting at 1 o'clock. It's a must-win for them should they wish to qualify for the semi-finals. And the next week, Wednesday, we're up against the Northern Cape. 2 must-win matches for a place in the semi-finals. That is obviously what we aim and would like to achieve. I don't think there will be a lot of changes in the team going into tomorrow's fixture. I also think that besides the fact that the team gelled together on Wednesday, I think the selectors and the coaches got the team selection right. Specifically bolster our batting lineup, which was much needed to finish off the innings successfully. So yeah, unfortunately, our visitors, they're undefeated thus far. The Eastern Cape and Yardley, they do have a very good team, so they will pose a lot of questions for us tomorrow.
Can you tell us a bit about the injuries that the Badgers are struggling with?
There are a few injuries. Obviously, Rohan Terblanche missed out the entire campaign. He suffered from an ankle injury. Hlompo Moriakamane is also suffering a hamstring injury. But the rest of the players are all fit and ready to go.
And there's enough depth in the team.
Yeah, no, there's enough depth in the team.
The club T20 competition kicked off last week. Were there any major upsets?
Yeah, last week, as we said at the telecast last week, it started on a high. The SWD under-19s, that's a team that will go to the Kayamajolo week. They participate in this competition, and like last year, they knocked out George, who's a Premier League team in the competition. Although it happened last year, it is still an upset, and they actually outperform all the teams there, so it was quite an impressive performance. In Pool A, it seems that Pakkelzorp, who's the defending champions, will advance to the quarterfinals, which will be played next weekend. In Pool B, Harlequins of Oudtshoorn seems to be on top there. In Pool C, I think Plettenberg Bay Pioneers are the favourites. In Pool H, it's going to be an interesting tussle between Pirates and Knysna Cavaliers. Then also we had a women's Division 1 competition start also last week. The defending champions, Union Stars, they played George last year in the final, that's the ladies. So they defeated George by 3 wickets, and then Pakkelsdorp was successful with a 9-wicket victory against Sussex.
That's good to hear. So the final pool stages of the competition will be contested this weekend. Where are the main fixtures going to be?
Yeah, thanks. As I've mentioned earlier in the interview, the quarterfinals will be next week. So tomorrow there will be action at Rosemore in Pool A. In Pool C at Neo Horizon. In Pool D, Union Stars 1, who are the favourites, will play tomorrow at the Bridgton Sports Ground. And in Pool F, I expect quite an interesting contest there between Mossel Bay, Melkootfontein, Albertina and Thembalethu. And then also in Pool E, Union Stars 2, who's also playing in the Premier League. They are the favourites. That matches will also be played at the Bridgton Sports Ground. And Pool G is actually a formality because the under-19s already qualify, but George will be in action at Roy Rivier tomorrow.
Okay, that's good to hear. So, in other news, the SWD Cricket also recently announced their youth teams that are going to be playing in the national youth tournaments in December. Can you tell us a bit more about the teams and the fixtures that's going to be upcoming?
Yeah, thank you, Jacques, and also thank you to the George Herald. I saw in yesterday's edition the teams that were elected are printed in that newspaper. So our readers those who are interested can follow there. There are 4 Cricket South Africa youth tournaments. The girls under 16 tournament will be played in Johannesburg from the 8th to the 12th of December. The boys under 16, and that's actually quite a challenge for us. We've been promoted to the Platinum Division following winning the gold section last year. That tournament will be in Pretoria 10 to 14 December. We just hope that the weather prevail in Johannesburg and Pretoria during that time of the year. Our girls under 16 will travel to Durban from the 12th to the 16th. The Cricket South Africa Girls Under 19 week is in Durban. And the main event is the Cricket South Africa Khaya Majola Under 18 tournament. That is the same tournament where our Under 19s will be in action. That will be hosted in the southern suburbs of Cape Town by Western Province from the 16th to the 20th of December. It's obviously, we will showcase our youth talent at those tournaments. So we as a union and specifically our pipeline, we are looking forward to performances and good results from both our boys and girls teams.
Are there any players in the youth teams that you are excited about watching?
Yeah, look, last season he was only grade 10, 16-year-old. He's 17 years old this year. He's Inati Kichini. He is included in the SWD Under 19 team. He was selected for the SA Colts team already last year. He's a bright prospect. He's also a player that emerged from our development program. He's a kid from Thembalethu, and there's a lot of expectations from him. So he's one of the players. And then also Keanu Kurishis, who is playing for the boys under 19. He was also selected for the Cricket South Africa Hubs team. He's a great prospect. And then in the girls under 16, there's girls under 19 team. There's a girl from Mossel Bay, Tish France. She's also a great prospect. So those are the names that we will look at.
It's definitely a lot of talent.
There's a lot of talent.
A lot of talent in those groups. Albertus, my final question for you for today. The ICC T20 Womens World Cup is starting today. 2 players of the Gardenwood Badgers are in the Protea team. Can you tell us who are the 2 players in the Protea team and what's your expectations for the Proteas?
Yeah, thank you. Just to remind our viewers that 2 years ago, South Africa hosted the ICC T20 Women's World Cup in South Africa. It was quite a successful event, and it stimulated the growth and the interest in women's cricket in the country. You will remember that we lost against Australia in the final. By that time, she was still playing for us. There was a lady, Tasman Brits, who was in exceptional form. Unfortunately, she has now moved to the Lions, but she's a player that's well known in South Africa. The 2 players from us are Mika de Ridder, the wicketkeeper, and Annerie Derksen. She's actually from Beaufort West, all the way playing straight into the Protea setup. South Africa are drawn in Pool D with Bangladesh, the West Indies, Scotland, and England, and we will play the West Indies at 12 o'clock today. So it's a great opportunity for us. And I also think that, players like Tasman Brits, Marizaan Cup, Nululeko Mhlaba, Laura Wolford, Tasman Brits, they've become household names in South African cricket. So women's cricket is definitely on the rise, and there's a great expectation that this team will again do well. Obviously, England and Australia and India will again tough competitors, but we will hold thumbs, and I'm sure that our viewers and the entire South Africa will support them.
Thank you so much, Albertus, for your responses and taking our questions. And thank you for everybody at home watching Behind the Wickets, brought to you by Group Editors, where we discuss the innings and outs of cricket in the southwestern districts. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jacques. We're looking forward for the viewers to tune in to follow us. You can also follow us on our Facebook page. And hopefully we'll be here again next week with some good news for the badges. The women's team will also start their campaign next week.
Perhaps you want to just mention where people can watch the
Yeah.
Garden Route Badges, the fixtures?
Yeah, thank you very much. We've got a very active Facebook page and also a website. And what we do, all the provincial matches are streamed live on Pitch Vision with commentary, live commentary. So we will post the link to tune in to watch those matches just prior to the start of the game. Remember, 1 o'clock tomorrow from Buffalo Park.
There you have it. Follow the Garden Route Badges, the SWD Cricket's Facebook page. You'll find out where to watch the matches live. Thank you very much.